I don't know why I thought my MacBook was all of a sudden touchscreen. I mean, that's what happens when you are when you are healing. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought my MacBook was all of a sudden touchscreen. I mean, that's what happens when you are when you are healing. Woo, guys, welcome back. This is Kia Waters. This is Kia Waters. Woo, y'all, I don't know if y'all ready for this one today, but I'm digging deep, y'all. I'm digging deep today. Welcome to another episode of Healing, Wine, and Story Time, y'all. Why it's so important to be honest with yourself. I'm getting into it today. I don't know if y'all ready. I got my wine with me today, y'all, because I'm going deep today. And I hope that my story helps a lot of people for realsies because I'm going so deep. This is something that I thought about. I was like, should I open up? Should I share it? It was a hard time in my life. A little ashamed about some things that, I participated in. But you know what? I'm telling you guys because I know, like, what I went through, I know somebody can learn from this. So I'm going for it. Hey, my boss babes, welcome back. Let me see who's online. See, Rockland is online. Jesus Feet. If you guys don't know, I am streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and Bigo. That's a Bigo Live. That's a new app. I'm new to it, but they showing me love, so I'm streaming on all three tonight. I wanted to connect with you guys again. I said I was gonna reach out and connect and tell y'all, stories and inspire and give you guys motivation to get through the next week. And here I am again, y'all, because it's so serious on Healing Wine and Story Time. Because if you don't know, you may just be in your feelings by the end of this. Because I'm gonna be talking about some things that may make you feel some kind of way, may bring some stuff out that you may even thought that, didn't exist. You forgot it was there. You try to put it way, 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 way back in the back of your brain. Don't think about it. But you know what? If you don't deal with it, it's always there. So we're going to get it on out today and we're going to heal. Okay? We're going to heal today. Trust and believe that. So I hope y'all brought y'all drink of choice to unwind and relax. Today I brought one of my favorites. It's a Beringer White Zinfandel. Oh, let me see. Show everybody. Show everybody. It's a Beringer White Zinfandel. I really got hip to this wine in 2009 when I lived in LA. Loved it. And I actually think they distill it on the East Coast, maybe Pennsylvania or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, love this wine. So I brought my wine. And as you can see, I started a little early because I went on Bigo Live at 8 p.m. And I said, because, I'm new to Bigo. And I just wanted to, like, connect, get to know, some of the different, like, gifts. And it's so much on that app, y'all. I'm still learning it. But you know what? Never sleep. I'm always up on the next thing. So I'm live on Bigo right now. We living over here on Bigo. Cheers to Bigo. Cheers to Instagram. Cheers to Facebook. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Just a recap from last week, guys. I was telling you guys why I started my brands, airing everything and the glam band and telling you guys that I did it because I'm an emotional support advocate and I just really wanted to reach out and connect with my audience, my subscribers, my shoppers, everybody, and just touch them on another level, a deeper level, to show them that this jewelry and my brand is just not about you shopping. It's just not about earrings and accessories. It's more about you glowing up in here with your spirit. Have the spirit glow up is the ultimate glow up, baby. Okay, because when you walking out the house confident, not shame and nothing you ever did, and you walking in your greatness, that's the ultimate glow up. So that's what I'm about. That's why I built my brand. That's what we talked about last week. If you missed it, you can catch it on my YouTube. And I also talked about, I gave flowers to, dearly departed friend of mine. And I dedicated one of my brooches on my website to her. Um, Donita, it's called the Donita Forever Brooch. And if you haven't checked that out, check that out on earringeverything.com. And it's dedicated to a powerful, just a genius registered nurse that I knew and I worked with and, I loved. And she passed away so abruptly, at 32 with breast cancer. So that's the Donita Forever Brooch. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. It's on earringeverything.com. But let's get into today's topic, y'all. Let's go ahead on and get into today's topic because I'm telling you, y'all, I'm not holding no punches today. I thought long and hard about what I was going to reveal in this live and what I was going to, open up to you guys about. How far do I want to go? How much do I want them to know about me? And I don't want them to judge me. And, but you know what? I feel like every scar that we heal from only makes us stronger. And sometimes showing people your battle scars makes them feel like, you know what? If they can heal from it, so can I. So that brings us to our topic today, guys, on Healing Wine and Storytime. It's, why it's so important to be honest with yourself. Keeping it 100 with you, not nobody else. Everybody else can lie to you. That's 9 times out of 10. That's what they doing. The University of Massachusetts did a study and they said people lie about 2-3 times in a 10-minute time span. So 2 to 3 lies in 10 minutes. I mean, goddamn, 2 to 3 lies in 10 minutes. That's a lot of lies. And they said that's every single day, everybody in the world. They say, just something as simple as how you feeling. They're like, oh, fine. I'm fine. That's a lie. Because they be going through something you won't even know it. But, that's the world we live in. But today, the topic is about you being honest with you. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Why it's so important. Oh, my God. Whew. Before I get into it, y'all, I like to bring out, an accessory. If you guys know about my accessory appreciation segment, I talk about why these accessories, that we have are important to us and, what accessories, give you life. And at the end, I'll reveal an accessory that speaks to, keeping it real with yourself. It speaks to the topic of the day. Okay, now before we get started, I'm gonna say cheers to Big O, Instagram, and Facebook, and I'm gonna say, guys, I love you and I appreciate you being here with me, and I hope that my pain leads to your growth. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink to that, and we're gonna dig into this thing. All right. All right. Why is it so important to be honest with yourself? Well, let's start here. One, when you are not honest with yourself, you don't even believe you. Let's start there. You can talk yourself into, oh, she just said that about me, to those people because she said, no, you don't believe that. Because if she was a friend, she wouldn't have badmouthed you to other people. Oh, he was just talking to that girl, he don't really have no feelings for her. He told me. No, you don't believe that either. If he loved you, he wouldn't be spending his time with another woman. It weakens you. It decreases. It takes away from your self-confidence. You walking around every day trying to keep up this lie in your head when your spirit is telling you, that ain't right. That's not true. That ain't right. Why are you lying to yourself? So now you're at odds with yourself every day. How can you focus on anything? How can you build your dreams? Direct yourself on the path to your success. When every day it's like a a wood like a something just eating at you all the time because you're at odds with yourself. Y'all, it deters you from your path. You cannot focus on what you need to focus on if you are feeling weak, disrespected, lied to. If you and usually, we lie to ourselves about, people in our life that we want to keep there that usually don't even deserve to be there. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody, and it could be a romantic relationship. It could be a frenemy, a fake friend. It could be a work relationship. It can be a family member. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? You feel me? Oh, cousin so and so just, borrowed the money from, but I know he gonna pay me back because. And how many times he did that? And how many times you gonna let that happen? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, we convince ourselves that the actions aren't what they meant. We convince ourselves that what they said wasn't what they meant to say. We know good and well that if they did it, that's what they meant to do. They had every option. They have a free will just like we have not to hurt us. But obviously, if they hurt us, then that's what they meant to do. And they figured they would be okay. They would be okay hurting us and keeping it moving. They would be able to tell us whatever lie that they just told us to get on the other side of it and to keep it moving. And we lie to ourselves and we let those people do that because we don't want to remove them from our lives because we know if we listen to ourselves, we listen to our spirit, and we listen to our conscience, and we really thought about it, we would be like, hell no. No. I'm not doing nothing for this chick. I don't give a damn if I've known her for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. How in the hell does she expect me to be any kind of friend to her if she's disrespecting me and bad mouthing me to people? But something in us want to keep her around. Maybe she the one you spill tea to. You know what I mean? Like, that's my home girl. We go out together. I can talk to her about this and that. Yeah, she tell people sometimes or whatever, but she's still my friend, and we still, we talk, and it ain't nobody like us. We team us. Y'all got that bond. But is that what you feeling, or is that what she feeling? What's the reality of the situation? Because let me tell you, no friend and nobody who loves you is going to disrespect you. I'm going to say it again. No friend and nobody who loves you is going to disrespect you. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to somebody. And somebody in your life is doing this to you. And if they did and you got them out, congratulations, because you know what? Nobody said it was easy. It could be hard letting somebody go who you really want to be in your life. Maybe they funny. Maybe you just been through so much, and this person just bring something out of you. But they just be having you cracking up, and y'all be having inside jokes, and you know what I'm saying, or it's a romantic relationship, and ooh, that sex so good, and you like, whew. He always come over, and he say that I can't get in contact with him on the weekends. Sometimes he don't answer his phone, but he say he not with nobody else. But you know, but we want to keep him around for our own selfish reasons. But it's to our detriment. It's to our detriment. If we don't believe in ourselves, can I get an amen? If we don't believe in ourselves, who's going to believe in us? if we don't believe that we are who we say we are, and we stand for what we say we stand for, then how can we convey that to the world? We'll feel fake. We're human beings. You know, some people can't even perfect it. They can say everything in the world that they don't mean, and you be like, you will buy it, like, oh, they stand by this. But let me tell you, they're at war with their spirit. They can't even sleep at night. They feel like a fraud. And most of us can't live like that. That's why it fucks with us. I had to get on out my I had to get out my comfort zone and just drop an F bomb, y'all, because it really does. And it messes up your world. It deters you from the path of greatness that we were set on before we start allowing this BS into our life. This un un this draining, negative, unconscionable attachment that we have brought into our world and our spirit. I'm about to open. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I never told. I never repeated it. You know how you tell stories from your past, and oh my god, I remember this one time. This is a story that I have never spoken out loud until today. Um, and the reason why is because I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that I took part in this, that I was involved in anything like this. And I'm gonna tell y'all today because y'all my people. Y'all my boss babes. I feel like I can keep it 100, with you guys and speak from my soul. And I know that when you hear me speak, you know, I don't feel like you would judge me, but if you did, then know that I have grown from this place where I am right now. I'm healed to the point where I can turn around and look at where I came from and show y'all so that y'all don't make the same mistakes. That's where I am right now, my growth. And trust me, it didn't happen overnight. I'm about to tell you a story, y'all, that happened in 2012. Okay, so it did not happen overnight. Okay, this healing happened over time. There's been a lot of tears, a lot of growth, a lot of self, your meditation and looking into my soul and my spirit and trying to figure out who I am, because you can accept so much BS in your life until you don't even know who you are anymore. You gotta come back and especially after you finally get the person out your life, because it was so toxic to begin with for you to even move forward in any kind of healthy way. You get them out your life, and now you trying to pick up the pieces and rebuild and figure out who you are anymore. So let me tell y'all this story. It happened in 2012. I think I was 33. 33. And I started dating this guy I work with. Oh my god, y'all! I've never told this story. I just told it once today because I'm in a happy, healthy relationship right now, and I respect my boyfriend so much until before I told the world this story, I had to tell him first. I had to tell him first, and being the understanding, loving, supportive man that he is, he said, "Okay, baby." He said, "Go ahead and tell her, speak the truth." He said, "I wish I could be as brave as you in this arena." He's like, "But I'm just so proud of you," and that's just another empowerment tool. Those kind words, my love language, that support from him, it helped me to bring me to the space to be able to tell you guys this story because it's a doozy. So if y'all got y'all drink of choice, it's time for a sip because we're about to go in so deep. So deep. I'm just gonna go here and fill it up because I know why I'm telling it. I'm gonna need another one. Mm. So I was 33, working as a nurse in an emergency room. It wasn't in this state. I was a travel nurse for many years. So, you know, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Kimberly. I was a nurse for many years, and I was working at this hospital. I started dating this guy in the ER. We was dating about 3 weeks, and then we were together, and I forget we were in a car. He was driving. I got a phone call. It was from a girl that we both work with, and she said, "Hey, are you with such and such?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. Why?" I thought maybe she wanted him for some reason. Maybe his phone was dead. How naive of me. Anyway, she said, "Are y'all dating? Are y'all together?" And I was like, "Personal." But yeah, girl, yeah. And she said, "Well, I'm pregnant and I'm having his baby." So, and I'm on the phone like, first of all, speechless. Nothing to say. What? Pregnant. And I had the phone in my hand. I look over at him. He's driving. And he looked like he's sweating bullets like he in Afghanistan during active wartime, because he knew that, because when she called, I was like, "Oh, it's such and such," and I just started talking. And by the time I look over him, the beads of sweat was dripping down his chin and dropping. And that was the summertime in Houston, but whatever. And I was just like, that's a little abnormal. This guy know that he done messed up. And she said he knew that she was pregnant. And I'm looking over at him, and I can't even repeat what she's saying because I'm just so dumbfounded. And he's sweating bullets because he's guilty as a mother. So finally, I think I just hung up the phone. Honestly, it's a blur because I was just in shock. Because I really like this guy. I thought that it was about to be us. Put the phone down, and I'm looking at my shoes, just shaking my head. And I'm like, and I'm talking to him, but I'm still in shock looking down at my shoes. And I was like, "Are you like, do you know she's pregnant?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, she told me." So I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, why didn't you tell me? Like, we together every day. Like, we're making plans. Like, how could you? We woke up together this morning. Like, how could you not have informed me? And that moment right there, y'all. That's when everything changed. Remember, I said it's so important to trust yourself, believe in yourself, listen to yourself, and not lie to yourself. Because when you do, it weakens you. From that moment forward, my self esteem in that relationship, my everything was ruined. But I'm gonna get to that. So anyway, he glossed over it, convinced me that he didn't love her, he loved me. It was a one-time scenario that turned into this unfortunate circumstance, and he continued to, want to be with me, and everything in me, everything. I just remember everything in me just said, "Leave him alone. Do not embark on a relationship with this guy who has a baby on the way." I mean, mind you, I was 33, but I was a naive 33, and that is no excuse. That is just stupidity. And I say that because telling you what I felt like, and this is after the fact. I felt like I should have listened to myself, and by me not listening to myself, by me listening to him, and every step of the way, I knew I shouldn't be walking in this path. Something wasn't right. I wasn't happy. But let me finish. Let me get there. So we kept dating, and we all kept working together, the three of us. I see her stomach getting bigger and bigger. Me and her was almost like in a competition. She texted him. We together, she texted. So I got to a point where something wasn't right. I can't remember everything, but I do remember I didn't trust him. I think, it was even my conscience, my spirit, my intuition was telling me not to trust him. So get this, guys, the juice and the tea. I wound up tracking his text messages. I told you I was going to need you. I started tracking his text messages. Not only was he getting texts from the woman he got pregnant, but other women too. He was telling all the women that, he was telling the one that was pregnant, I'm in this situation, and I can't get out of it. Like being with me was a prison sentence. And you know, and that, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm gonna be there for the baby, but I can't just stop what I'm doing and all of this. And she's saying, what are you talking about? I love you. We was together. When did you start dating somebody? And she acting like, we was in a relationship, and one day I just found out you was with her once I got pregnant. And I was like, reading the text messages was a completely different scenario from the words coming out of his mouth. And that was how he treated her. I mean, he basically disregarded her, shirked the responsibility, had sex with her, shirked the responsibility, got with me because I was fun. And, we traveled. We didn't have kids. Well, I'm sorry, he had 4 kids. When I say I was naive, I was dumb as a rock. Okay? He had 4 kids. I think this was 5. This was 5 on the way. But anyway, he had no responsibility for those children. And all of them had different baby mamas except for like one of them. I had like 2. 2 of them had the same mother. Anyway, oh my God, girl. I didn't have a drink just telling the story because, I mean, Jesus. But anyway, so me and him, we traveling to Atlanta. We going different places, and her stomach is steady growing. He's steady lying to me every day. I'm checking his text messages. Come to find out, he has been texting and going back and forth with other women, telling them that, he's unhappy in our relationship. I'm talking about, y'all, to the point where he would take a call, like he'll go in the next room or something, and I'll get a ping that he just got a text message. And me and him, we had Dave and Buster's, go kart riding, drinking, everything, just having a good time. He go in the next room or whatever, and I get the ping, and she like, hey, how you been, on the text, right, whatever, random female, it was a couple, and he would text, hanging in there. And I give you all this emotion and energy because that's how he would, like that's how he was. Like he was like that in real life. Like his personality would change with every other person that he got in touch with. Every person at work he had like a different relationship and persona with. You know what I mean? Like I later found out that is the sign of a sociopath. They are never the same person around everybody. Everybody has to have their own unique relation or personality. His personality changes. So anyway, so this is how he was with some of the girls, and acting like he was just like suffering. And I'm like, what drinks is on me? Like the plane was on me. Like what are you talking about? How are you suffering? Like just brush your shoes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was super naive, and he was using me and lying to me and drawing from me energy and life, and taking my money and taking my sex and taking my heart and my confidence from me and my self-esteem, because I wasn't even listening to myself. I didn't even believe myself anymore because I was like, okay, I feel like this, but he's saying this. Which one is true? Never again. Do you hear me? Never again. Never will I deny myself the voice to guide me in the path that I know is right. Let me tell you how I suffered. And this was my just desserts. As an adult woman, heading into my, later years. Thank you, Miss Red. Yes, ma'am. I had to go through some stuff to get to where I am right now. I truly did. And I hear you, Shanice. Yes, ma'am. I truly had to go through some things. I was naive. Like I did not know. Like I thought that he was serious. I thought that he loved me. I thought that all the plans that we were making was actually going to happen. But I failed to take his actions for reality. See, the problem was, and the problem that I noticed, with some people, are the problem that I noticed from myself back then is I had difficulty with determining the difference between love and reality. I'm gonna say that again. I had a hard time determining the difference between, actual real love and what's going on in reality. Because, people say, oh, that's not love, that's infatuation. But they don't really go into detail about how to determine the difference. I mean, goddamn. You see, I'm suffering over here. Can I get some notes? Some pointers? I mean, it's a diagram, a dictionary, thesaurus. Goddamn, help a sister out. You know what I mean? Like, because, this was my 20s and my 30s, y'all. A bitch suffered. I did not know what. I couldn't tell. I was like, I really like him. We have a good persona together. Like, we hang out, we have fun, we turn up, the sex is good. All of that shit. And I'm like, he talking that shit, we're gonna be together. He trying to wipe his sister butt. All that bullshit. And I'm like, I'm in love. Bitch. I was the only one. The only one. Because they was just feeding me what I wanted to hear, boo. They was just feeding me what I wanted to hear. And I was, okay, sucking that shit the fuck up. Just so they could tear me the fuck down. I gave them the keys and the fucking security codes on how to do it. Let me tell you. Y'all, I had to determine the difference. And I came up with an analogy and I shared it with my friends recently. A friend of mine. Because me and her like twins and we talk all the time and we have been through similar stuff. So I had to tell her what I learned from it, what analogy I came up with to determine, the difference between infatuation and real life and what's going on in real life. And love in real life. So what I decided was I said, okay. I took it as a 2-step process. The third step is action. We can say 3 steps, but I just do 2 steps and move. You feel me? Okay? The third step is always an action. I don't even include it because I'm moving by that time. I don't got time to include it. The first step is determining, okay, you know what? I feel something. I like him. Or she cool as fuck. We hanging out, that's my bitch. Or whatever. Whatever you feeling excited. You feeling, you going with the flow. You like, I like this. I like this person. I like this situation. Okay? Now, how do you tell if it's actually fucking good? That's step 2. That's the crucial part. That's what you really need to be focusing in on. Because as soon as you feel it, go straight to 2. You're like, okay, now, am I getting poured back into in return? Am I receiving some action? Actionable, tangible, time, effort, finances, whatever, in my direction. Are you seeing it? Huh? What? Huh? You not seeing it? It's not love. It ain't for you. Who didn't get it? I run it back. Don't worry about it. Who ever been in a situation where you was so excited about a person or a situation and you just move with it? That's where you fuck up. You don't just move with it. Look at you. You fell for it already. You don't just move with it. As soon as you get excited, then you need to be pulling out your syllabus, your phone and doing calculations. You need to be figuring out if this shit adds up. Okay? You need to be figuring out if this adds up. Be like, ooh, I'm having a good time. Okay, now wait a minute. I know I'm having a good time. I like him. I like her. Whatever. But what are they doing for me? As soon as you ask them to do something, oh, they busy. Mm. As soon as you say, oh, well, why you ain't call me with everybody was, you ain't. Oh no, they're not pointing to you. You need help with your so and so, and you ask them and they can't help you. They're not for you. Yeah, it was good for the moment. I hope you enjoyed yourself, but that's nothing to invest in. Who needs to hear it again? That is nothing to invest in. If you're not getting poured in back, if you're not feeling it in your spirit, that you are getting filled up, that you are getting reciprocated, the love, the affection, the joy you're giving, everything, the money that you're giving, whatever you're giving, if you're not giving it back, if it's not being reciprocated back to you, your time, your effort, I'm not saying stuff gotta be 50-50, but goddamn, it gotta be something. It gotta be a lot more or close to my level or more. Because if you're not giving what I'm giving, it's not for you. And that's nothing to invest in. I hope somebody hears me. I hope somebody hears me. Because I'm serious. I had spent a lot of my 20s and a lot of my early 30s investing in relationships, romantic relationships that were a waste of time, bougie red, that did not work out because I was the only one giving. I was not listening to myself. I was lying to myself every last goddamn relationship. Oh, he said that his phone don't want him to get reception, while he at work, and oh, shit don't be adding up, but I'm still trying to make it add up. I'm at odds with my spirit. It went on for way, too long. They have to respect you, and that's what it comes down to it. You need to respect you by not lying to yourself. Listen to your spirit. Your spirit don't have a voice. You feel it. You feel it. You feel something ain't right. And that's what you move on. Not the person who's trying to walk you into the dungeon. Not the person feeding you with lies so that you can fall into the cave, so that they can use you, abuse you, and take from you. You don't listen to them just because they have a voice. You listen to that feeling that you have, and you take a step back and reevaluate. Pull out your syllabus and your cell phone, start doing your calculations, okay? You got to take that time in every scenario that you are faced with every person, every situation, every family member, everybody, everybody. You don't just give your all immediately because you're having a good time. Okay, well, here's my social security number, my debit card. See? No, that's crazy, right? Right. So we got to stop doing that with our heart, our feelings, our emotions, our time, our effort. Okay? Whew, I told y'all this is going to be a deep one. I told y'all. We got to respect ourselves. We got to respect ourselves. And what I found was, because I'm a very, very, personable, friendly, active, interactive person. Like, as you can see, I'm literally streaming on 3 different, lives, and I'm talking to people, my friends, my family. I have a whole text line where I communicate with, my audience on daily. I'm an open book, y'all. As you can see, I'm telling you all my business. Nobody got to spill my tea because I'm serving it up hot on my own show. Okay, so let me tell you all. So I had to create an analogy for myself. Like, for real, for real. I had to create an analogy that created a barrier around myself that separated me from everybody else in the world. And let me tell you something, that is not a bad thing. You have to protect yourself. You have got to protect yourself in this world. And this world is only getting more dangerous. People only doing more finessing. People are only out here for themselves 9 times out of 10. Good people are in the minority. Okay. So I created this analogy of a Cheerio, and I was telling my friends about it. Oh, and my daily text line, I'm going to give y'all the number. It's 404-737-1473. Okay, y'all can text SAFE to that number, and then you'll be in my daily text line. I'll text you, good morning, how you feeling? Tell me what's going on in your mind. You're beautiful. If you need any motivation, I got it here for you. Okay, so text me on that. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I love to talk to you. Because let me tell you, from a survivor of emotional abuse, I don't want anybody to ever go through that again. I don't want anybody to ever experience the kind of pain that I had endured in my life. Like my closest friends, it took me years to tell them, some of the things that I allowed, people to do to me, or situations that I allowed myself to be put into. You know what I mean? Because, when we wake up, we have this character about ourselves. And when we don't meet our own standards, confidence ruined, self-esteem lowered, pride tarnished, goals a mile away because you're on a whole nother path. You can't even think straight because you don't even believe in yourself because you believe in BS. So anyway, y'all, so I created this analogy about a Cheerio. I was telling my friend about it. And don't you know a little space in the Cheerio? I'm in there. I'm in there. It's like a hula hoop. The Cheerio, the wheat part is the barrier that separates me from everybody else in the world. I mean, I'm talking about everybody. My mama, my man, my kid, if I have children, everybody. And that's no shade. That's, you have to protect yourself. And what else is in that Cheerio? Everything I own and love. What I stand for. You know, my dreams and aspirations in life. Who I know I am as a person. You put all of that in that little hole in your Cheerio. And you keep that thick ass, weak barrier around you. So when someone comes up to you and tries to infiltrate you with all the sweet nothings and all the honey covered bullshit to get next to you, you look at them over that big old wheat barrier and like, let me look at my and do my calculations because something ain't adding up with this person. And you keep yourself protected. Protect your Cheerio. Don't let anybody come for your goals, your dreams, your confidence, your livelihood, your self-respect. It's not an option. You are always protected in your Cheerio. And I've been using that analogy, in my mind for a while now. I've just actually recently put it into words, but I use it because I needed it. Nobody ever told me that I needed, because I felt like, okay, some people say, oh, you gotta, compartmentalize, and I don't like those terms because it makes me feel like that I'm not dealing with, or dealing with the issue, or I'm, being separated somehow from the situation at hand, like I'm being separated, hiding from it, But with a Cheerio, you got this barrier in between you and the next person, but you can still see over it. You can still investigate, talk, interact, but you're still protected. Does that make sense? So I use the Cheerio analogy, and I protect my Cheerio, y'all. Like somebody try to come for, anything with me, I'm like, listen, everything in my Cheerio is good and will always be good. If you ever, if anybody ever, tried to, come for, my well-being, my positive energy, try to take from me in any way, it can't happen. Because let me tell you something, that Cheerio gives me that mental picture to be able to see myself protected and to be able to see myself having that space and time, away and against that person to be able to size them up. So I don't just believe anything that this person or anybody's going to say to me. And I'm like, first of all, everything that's Cheerio is good. So what are you talking about? Matter of fact, let me look you up because what you said from A to B to C don't even make sense. So now you're irrelevant from my life, and you're not. Not only can you never be next to my Cheerio, because can nobody get in my Cheerio? Like I said, not even your mama, your sister, your brother, your kids, your man. But you can't even stand next to my Cheerio because surrounding my Cheerio are the people that I hold dear to me. My mama, my sister, my brother, my child, my man. Okay? Those are the people around my Cheerio. And I say that for another reason, because family, the ones that you love, can even come after you. Kids. Mama, I need $20. Mama, I need some money. All of that, you know, coming at you, thinking that you are ATM. Your man, oh, you do this, do that, do that. You my woman, ain't you? You're my woman, ain't you? You know what I mean? So they can't come in your Cheerio either. Because once they're in there, they can take advantage of you. And we're not doing that no more in 2021, last time I checked, right? Right? If anybody is dealing with this, suffering with this, it's over. We're not doing this no more. You got to protect yourself. They still have to be next to your Cheerio. You in here in the Cheerio, they over here outside of it, stand next to you. Love you, can kiss you over the wheat of the Cheerio. But you're not coming in here to take advantage of everything I love and know dear to me. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, y'all. So I'm just telling y'all exactly, where I'm coming from because, I've been through it and it sucked. It was horrible. It was horrible. And it's something that I never thought I'd be a part of, being in a situation where I was, dating a guy who had a woman pregnant, baby on the way, and I still got to look at her. Believe it or not, y'all gonna die. Listen to this. It even got to a point where, and this is almost shameful, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. It got to the point where he was like, me and him, you know how like you going back and forth, the girl wants your man, you're like, oh, we good, you can have him. But then when you and him start having issues, now he's wanting to spend and he's speaking more nicely and more often to her. So and she was getting more and more further along. Which even makes me sick to even say it out loud because, any woman, who's pregnant and bringing a child in this world should have nothing but love and support and around her. And it just makes me feel awful that, I was even a factor in any of this other woman's pain. And I'm being upfront and honest with y'all about that. It's just looking back, it's just awful. It's just awful that I had any role in that. But anyway, he started talking to her more, and now, I was on the losing end of him, So then I found myself going to the baby store to buy her gifts for a baby shower, y'all. Gave her, hey, call, hey, how you doing? Bought her gifts for a baby shower. For the baby of my boyfriend, who is like, I don't know, I don't think that they were having sex, but he was trying to be nicer to her. And I was threatened. It's sickening. It's sickening, but it happened. It happened. It happened to me. And I played a role in it. And I want to open up the floor to, anybody else, maybe on Instagram, who wants to speak, drop a fireball and I'll bring you in, or a request to speak, maybe on Facebook if anybody has anything to say. I've talked a lot, and if you guys have any feedback or want to, say anything, you can talk now. And you know, my you're right. In the spiritual kitchen, we all play a villain and a victim in our lives, and sometimes that villain is sabotaging your own self. And it's something I did have to grow from. It is something that I did have to go through, suffer from, because that guy took me through hell. Oh my God, he was a chronic liar. I didn't believe anything he said to us in the relationship. And then we were living together. And then when I had to sneak and kick him out, pack up all his stuff while he was at work. I had the day off at our job. He was at work, packed up all his stuff, put it in a car. So when he came in the house, hung the keys up, I could take the keys. And that's when I told him, listen, I gotta drop you off at your mom's house. Because he wasn't even a good catch, y'all. For real. So anyway, I did that, and he punched me when I was dropping him off. While we was driving, he punched me in the face. I'm driving. He in the passenger seat. He punched me in my face. And I still drove like it was nothing. I took the punch because he was yelling. He told me I'm messing up everything. What? Why are you messing everything up? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he had some master plan where he was going to keep manipulating me daily, lying to me every second, and playing with all these other women's emotions, as well as have a baby on the way and play with this woman. Like, I'm like, what playing? Like, what are you talking about? So I was just ignoring him, and he just got to the point where he was so angry he hit me. So when we got to his mother house, I parked the car. Again, me naive. He took my keys out the ignition when I got out the car and threw them in the grass. So when he was unpacking his stuff in the car and cussing me out and all of that, I'm on my knees looking through grass for the keys. I mean, when I say he took me through hell, he took me through hell, y'all. But if I had listened to myself and not lied to myself about giving him all those passes and trying to make excuses, for why, he did all the things that he did, I wouldn't have gone down that path. I would have felt, oh, well, maybe, what if? But not even that, because I would have seen it played out because we all work together. And I would have seen that I dodged a fucking bullet. But instead, I did what I did and I had to learn from it. Some people are hard-headed. Some people, want what they want. But just because you want what you want doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to have. And I wasn't supposed to have him. Wasn't supposed to have him. He was not a good person. And I suffered for it. Hey, Nicole-tastic, darling. How you? Thanks for tuning in, boo. So, yeah, I got out of time. I did. Oh, he was horrible. Oh, God. But, now that, I have like this mental protective barrier, this Cheerio around me, I honestly can say that I have never felt more safe. Sometimes it's about visualizing things, because, when people don't explain stuff to you, you can't, and everybody's a different kind of learner, but, when I think of me having like this bubble. You know how you go to the like those water tubes, at the amusement park. You put it on and you can float in deep parts of the water, the tubes. I feel like when I have that around me, I'm safe mentally, and I feel like not only do I fit in that tube, but everything I own and love, and my ideals and my self respect and everything fits in that tube. And that barrier gives me the space, the time, the energy, and the strength to be able to evaluate everything that I come in contact with. Whether they are, people close to me, like family, uh, romantic relationships, or people just trying to get with me for business. That barrier gives me the time, energy, and space to evaluate who this person is, what they do for me. Are they making any actionable, actions in my direction for anything positive? Are they giving me any of their time, or their efforts? Are they respecting me? Or am I just giving them my time, my energy, respecting them, giving, 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 and not getting? Because I need to get fed too. You know, you guys feel me? But yeah, it was a learning lesson, and that honestly, that relationship with that guy and that situation with that girl, I spiraled from that for a long time. We're gonna get into that on another live, y'all. But that was honestly the beginning of the end. I was 33, and I was 33, and it took a while to recover from that. It really did, because I wasn't being honest with myself about who he was, what he was. I wasn't listening to myself, and I suffered from it. It was bad. How to determine, when if love is actually love, you have to evaluate what that person is doing for you, what they're giving you back. And they can't just be giving you sex, because sex, that's a 50-50 exchange. I'm talking about giving you back something, and you do nothing in return. But if you're always giving, 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 and not getting anything in return on their own when they feel like it, or without you having to ask, or even when you ask and they still not doing it for you, that's not love. And I'm talking, familial love, romantic love, or the love that comes with general respect. If you're not getting it back, that ain't the one for you. So you can't keep lying to yourself. Bougie Red, did he ever try to contact you? Yes, often. I still have friends in Houston that let me know. Yes, I ran into him. He asked about you. Facebook, yes, he did. Friend request me. Yes, I did block him. Because I'm not opening up no doors for the devil to sneak back in. Who missed it? I'm not opening up no doors, no windows. I'm not cracking nothing. No window sills. I'm not leaving the screen door unlocked for no type of person who has nothing but hardship and pain for me to come back into my life. I've evaluated you and you have failed. So it's over. You're blocked. You're not in my life. My time and my energy go to the people who I love and respect, and to the people who love and respect me. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope that, I touched some of you guys on a level that maybe you wasn't even expecting to be, to have any type of feeling in that area, because maybe it's something that you're not even thinking of. But even if this doesn't, reflect what you're going through right now, maybe it speaks to something that you have been through in the past, or maybe something that somebody else is going through. I'm going to be saving this live, and it's going to be on my YouTube page. You can send them to it. I do this so we can grow together, and, I appreciate you guys, listening and watching this video today. We all do things so that we can help, other people and in different ways. And this is my journey in the way that I feel that I can help others. If you got any type of spirit, from this, uh, any type of motivation or inspiration from this video. I appreciate that. You can show love to me by, giving to my Cash App, and airing everything. It takes time and to perform and put on these shows, and I appreciate, you guys, if you would pour into me back. But thank you so much for watching and listening, and check me out on infinitewaters.com. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Have a good night. Bye. Next time. Um,